What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. Hit that like button. Oh, wait, this is Litecoin. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. It is the 4th of July still, and here we are with about 5 minutes left in the day. I'm making videos a little bit earlier today because we're going to go watch some fireworks and stuff and celebrate, right? 5 minutes left in the day. $108,000 is the price. We had the Sell the News event with the one big beautiful bill. I think it is going to boost the markets. I think that the economy is going to get a nice little bump off of that. But I think, obviously we get a Sell the News event. Oftentimes that's just kind of how it happens. People wonder why that happens, and I don't know, man. I don't know if anybody knows exactly why things move up or things move down. Because people buy, because people sell, but every buy is a sell. So how do you rationalize that? I think the reason why we move down is because the insiders are the ones that make the play, right? There are people who are aware before the public was aware, right? The public was aware at the top that the one big beautiful bill was getting passed on the 4th of July like Donald Trump wanted it to be. But he's been saying this for a while, that this was a goal, and it seemed iffy, as if it would happen, whatever. But, you could have bought the rumor way back here, even like at the end of this 12-day war period on that Sunday there. Or, if you're an insider, that's probably why the price moved up. We're still up from where that low is, so this is still a bullish event. It's just oftentimes people take profits, and you have people who buy who don't know what they're doing. They buy based on some good news, and then if that good news proves to be false, or like the price action doesn't correlate with that, then they panic sell and add to that selling pressure, right? You got profit taking and panic selling. It's just a perfect storm for Sell the News events, oftentimes during bullish things. If you get like a negative news event that comes up, oftentimes you'll actually pump after the event happens, for the same reason, just an opposite in contrast to that. So anyways, here we are. It is the 4th, 3 minutes left in this day here. Move down. I think we're at an interesting area to find support. If we're looking at this, I actually want to start off on the 4-hour time frame. If we look at it here, we take this high to low here. You found support right at your golden ratio of this extension, right? Whenever you go to the 1414 area, typically what you do is you'll find support at the 786, 886, and if you don't, the most extreme thing that you do is go down to the golden ratio and find support. And I would say we've found support. That looks pretty good. I will say this is kind of a lackluster reaction, right? With how robust that move was. Normally with this kind of candle in the middle, this like spinning top almost look, you would rather have this candle be bigger. But the next one, as long as the next one proceeds, if we can continue moving up candle by candle and really just eat this back in a short amount of time, I don't think that we have to go lower. If we do return down, if we're at 108,000 now, if we get back to like 107.5, we get back near this golden ratio zone, I would assume that we do go lower, which would be a bit extreme, especially considering we hit these extensions and we're anticipating higher prices. To go lower would be a little bit extreme, but it is the weekend. Anything can happen. Bitcoin's been very volatile. It's very possible. But beyond that, there's other things too going on here. Let's see, if we take this overall high, the all-time high, to the low that we had on the 22nd of June there, we're also at the 6.9, the top of this range here, okay? We're at the top of this. You see right here, the golden ratio. We're at the top of that right there, finding support. And I believe on the 1-hour time frame, if we're looking at this here, just fibs on fibs, you guys. Look at that, we're finding support on the 786 too. We're showing constructiveness. This is actually a good time to go long right here. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but finding support at like prior resistance here. I think it's more obvious if you're looking at the 15-minute time frame, right? You're literally finding support right here. And maybe you go a little bit lower on that note, just down to like 107.9, 107.8K, something like that. 1-hour time frame, let's see. If we take this relative, would it be this? It would be this relative low to this relative high. We also bounce right off this 1.618 golden ratio. There's just so many golden ratio. That's like 3 different fibs, golden ratio zones that we found, I would say, good support on. That looks like a good solid move, good sturdy move. There wasn't a whole lot of volume. It is the weekend, right? 4th of July, banks are closed and stuff like that. But that was good volume. I would say that was good volume. Or not good volume. Sorry, not good volume. A good move. That was a good move. Not good volume. I'm sorry. That was actually not good volume. I am a bit surprised the fact that we didn't at least interact with these areas of support before we found resistance. I would have thought that that's what happened. This 1 hour I've been watching it. I thought that we'd open up to the red side and then come back up to end the day. But the fact that we're down does give me a little bit of hesitation. I mean, we could move lower. It's very possible. Let's look at the 1-hour time frame real quick as far as the RSI goes. Whoa, I don't want that. On the MACD, you had some bullish divergence. We just got the 1 hour cross to the green effect, and I mean, we'll see here 45 seconds from now if we do. If we close a little bit lower, maybe not. 1 hour RSI did have bullish divergence as well, and we've broken out of the downtrend here in the 1 hour RSI, right? From here, coming on down, however you want to draw it, we broke out of it here, might back test it for support. We've broken out of it if you take it from this high and you kind of shave it down a little bit to fit this like lower part of it. We've also broken out of it there. However you want to slice it, we've broken out of this 1 hour RSI downtrend, which I think is good. That doesn't mean that we're absolved of going lower. We absolutely can. Sometimes whenever you break, and oftentimes enough, whenever you break these downtrends in the RSI, you'll substitute your downtrend for a sideways trend, and then you will get your uptrend, right? So sideways trend over the weekend, a boring weekend. I mean, hey, it makes sense to me, man. And in which case we could go lower, furthering this divergence, this bullish divergence here. But time will tell. We'll see if that happens. We got the close. We got the cross on the MACD. 1 hour time frames aren't as reliable, but based on the MACD and the stochastics, this move should continue to move up, guys. It really should move up. If we're looking at the liquidation heat map here, it says Bitcoin Exchange liquidation map. This is Binance, OKX, Bybit, right? And definitely more longs than there are shorts right now, but that's okay. We can still move up, at least across the market. Maybe not on any specific exchange, but all these exchanges together, it looks like there's more longs. There's a lot more longs than there are shorts. I would say we're closer to liquidating these shorts than we are to liquidating these longs, but if we're at about $108,000 now, right? We move up about $1,000, that liquidates $1.5 billion. If we were to move down $1,000, that liquidates about $613 million. So $1,000 either direction, one pays out basically twice as much for the people moving the markets. I don't know. I would think, and it's the weekend, it's probably easier to push things up. There's a little bit of back and forth as far as what we could do here, but overall, I'm kind of feeling bullish. I would think that we move up from here. We could move down a little bit first. Again, I think that finding support at this little area of resistance that we had right here might make sense. We're so close to doing that. Let's just see from a low to a high. Let's see, low to high right here. 382 is right down there too. So yeah, 107.8K. We're at 108,000 right now. We might drop a little bit. And then maybe that'll be some causality to add shorts, then just fuel the fire to the upside from there. That can definitely happen. Overall bullish though, right? 15-minute RSI looks bullish even. 1 hour RSI looks bullish. 4 hour time frame, let's get to the significant stuff. 4 hour MACD is cross bearish, but it's a lower level on the histogram here. We've got all those golden ratio areas for support. The stochastics are crossing up, right? The RSI has found support at the 40 level. We're stalling out a little bit here, but I don't think that that's a problem. Getting overbought, not getting oversold, even getting deeper overbought and rejecting the oversold zone like this, we're living predominantly above the 50, right? Overall, like if we're looking at this, predominantly we are living above the 50, so I would think that the time spent down here is not going to be long, and that, we probably will continue to build. Maybe we have a bullish weekend, you guys. Maybe it is actually a bullish weekend, but I wouldn't expect too much. Typically over the weekends, not a financial advisor, we don't close higher or lower than like 3.5%, 4% from Bitcoin's closing price on Friday. But I guess for us, the closing price for the weekend would have been Thursday, so that would have been here. We've already started to move down over the weekend, so we could move back up, and just again a neutral kind of aspect between now and Monday, between today, which would technically be Saturday now. Full 24 hours from now we have Monday, so 48 hours from now, or Sunday, 48 hours from now it'll be Monday. I wouldn't expect that we're too much further away from 108K than like maybe at 109, 110 at the most, but probably nothing too crazy. I don't know though. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm jinxing it. I hope that I'm doing the Kramer by saying that we're not going to do too much over the weekend. I hope we do a lot. Daily MACD, bullish, very freaking bullish, phenomenally bullish. We love that oscillator, the orange line bouncing right off the zero. It's poetry, man. It really is. Building bullish momentum here. The last time on the MACD that we decayed in bullish momentum, it was just for 2 days, right? Here we've decayed for 2 days, or actually I guess we're on the second day now. So today might be a little lackluster or to the downside, and then tomorrow and the next day going into next week should be bullish. Daily RSI looks good, looks pretty damn good. Getting overbought like this, double bottom without even getting oversold, bouncing off the 50, all good things. I would think that probably not this weekend, but next week we should be in the overbought zone. Getting overbought next week should and would likely indicate that we are going to see new all-time highs and break out of this range. Overall, I think we're in some kind of... Is it a flag? I guess it's a flag. I would call it a flag. Yeah, it looks like a flag, right? overall, we're in the Bitcoin flag here, the bull flag, and we're probably going to break out over the coming days, guys. Like over, I mean, it could be this weekend, but I think it'll probably be sometime next week. 3-day time frame. Stochastics want to get overbought, man. I mean, that's pretty compelling in my opinion that we're going to get overbought. We'll see how it goes. MACD is crossed to the downside, but that's okay. We have, technically, do we have higher highs? We do have higher highs in the price with lower lows in the oscillator, in the indicator. That is hidden bullish divergence, actually. Oh, little fly left the doors open today, or my daughter left the doors open, I should say. Stochastics look good. RSI looks good. MACD is probably the only thing that's kind of iffy, but I wouldn't be too bearish on that, actually. And 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Weekly time frame. I don't like the weekly MACD, but as long as we can over the next 2 days, maybe promote some growth. I guess we don't even need that. I don't mind it, I guess. It doesn't really matter. I guess it doesn't really matter. Wherever we close, I think it'll be fine. Stochastics look great, and then the weekly RSI, it would be nice if this week could close green for that reason alone, is that whenever we get overbought on the weekly RSI, Bitcoin, historically speaking, you guys, we run for like 6 to 7 weeks, and it's a phenomenal time every single time. We pump a good bit, and the move that we would anticipate would be something around $180,000 by the end of August. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're having a good 4th wherever you are in the world, or Independence Day. Some people are like, don't call it the 4th. That means that it's Independence Day. Dude, whatever. You know, whatever. Happy 4th of July. It is the 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. It's the same thing, right? I'm not trying to demean it. It's like you're like one of those people that says you can't say I love you all the time because it demeans it. It's like I like to say I love you all the time to my family. Anytime I leave, anytime I come home, it's like you never know when the last time you'll get to say it is. That doesn't mean that it means anything less. It just means how you mean it. When I say happy 4th, I don't mean it like, hey, it's the 4th day of July. That's a big deal. I mean, yes, happy Independence Day. People weigh too much on words, and words are important, but damn, if it's ruining your day, get the hell over yourself. Anyways, I hope you guys having a good time. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.